First, let's cut some bush. Oh, it's happening! Hello you lovely lot and welcome back to another video. It is a weird week this week because the weather is just horrible. As you probably well know, it's supposed to be July, it's supposed to be the middle of our summer. This week, last year, we were combining our winter barley. It was a week before we got married, so my wedding anniversary is this weekend, so I will remember that. And yeah, combine's still in the shed here. It's not been washed yet, and that's what we're gonna go and do. But it's not fit. It's just not fit to go combining. It is still wet out there. It rained yesterday, it rained this morning, it's rained every day, it's rained all weekend, and the forecast doesn't give it any better. But that's good because it gives me the opportunity to actually wash this girl because she deserves a good wash. She's all ready otherwise, so we're going to take her out of the shed, we're going to give her a good wash, and then we're going to go see what else we can find to do. Didn't think we'd be in this position, but you know, it is what it is. Just gotta hope and pray she starts now. Hey! Now, I always like cleaning my combine, but it is a horrible job. You get filthy. I need to go and get my coat actually and put that on. Always think it's a good way of making sure that everything's all right. When you get around it well with the hose pipe and the pressure washer. Although it did have a good look round when we were trying to fix it last week. Seems all right. It's all greased up and ready to go. You know, take a look at this. It'll look like a different thing again. You won't believe this machine when it's cleaned. Right, let's get some gear out and let's get this washed. Look at that! In the words of that Welsh farmer, ooh la la! What a honey! Scrubs up well for someone that's nearly 20-year-old. I don't get excited by machinery, but it is nice to wash my combine. It's like one thing I really do quite enjoy. Right, we'll move her and put her away, and then I've got some hedge cutting to go and do, and I'll go and show you the barley as well because I feel a bit more prepared now I've got that done, because it's one of those things that we would have actually probably combined the barley and I wouldn't have got it washed had we have had some decent weather. But we haven't. That's meant that I can get this done, which is nice. I feel a bit more prepared. I feel a bit more with it. I feel more ready now. We're ready. Right, I'll get rid of that thing and then we'll go and do something else. Right, so we just come up, cut the drive out. As you can see, oh my, like, look at this. Crazy. It's gone just mad, that hedge. Not surprising with the weather, but I'm going to jump over here and show you this barley. Now, our neighbours have just turned up next door and they're starting to harvest some winter rape. So I'm thinking that this barley might soon go. We have sprayed this off because it had, as you can see, a few wheat volunteers in it. So we went and sprayed it off because they were a bit green. But now it's kind of gone a bit over, really. I mean, the straw's not going to be the best, I'm not going to lie. It's a half decent crop. There's a couple of patches, and when we come to harvest this, I will explain. There's a couple of dodgy bits. And I'll explain a bit more about that and what we're going to do about it when it comes to. But yeah, this is looking pretty dry. It's actually quite dry in the bottom. I'd imagine it probably would go if that ominous looking cloud over there doesn't come and rain. We might have a nibble tomorrow, which would be nice because really could just do it getting it in. And one thing with it being dry, it will go through quick, so we will be able to crack on. Some good heads on it though, look at that. I'm not too worried about it being super dry either, because I'm actually going to feed all this barley, and we're thinking of doing maximum treating. I don't know if you've ever seen that or heard of it. It's like a Harbro thing, so it actually only needs to be 20%. Between 16 and 20% is ideal, so it doesn't need to be super dry. So I'm hoping if the wind blows in the right direction, we should, fingers crossed, get to have a nibble and get some of this off, which I would feel a lot better if we did. It's starting to go over its best and the forecast doesn't look any better. I can imagine if you're a big arable farmer, which obviously I'm not, you'd be getting pretty stressed right now. Luckily, this is all we got ready at the minute. The wheat looks amazing and that's going flat and that's not ready at all yet, so that's a few weeks off. This is starting to go a bit too far now, so we really need to get on with this. Anyway, I'll crack on with cutting this hedge and then maybe, if it doesn't rain, go and have a look at the neighbours because he's got a brand new combine and he's got a Macdon header as well, which is like, if you know anything about headers, whew, Macdon headers, wow. See whether the rain allows and what time allows. But first, let's cut some bush. Have it all trimmed up. Looks like we can actually drive down here now. I'm driving a Fiesta at the minute and I was coming down here and it scratched the sides, so yeah, that really needed doing. And then the neighbours have parked up, so I'm presuming either got a problem or it's not fit or something, so looks like we might have to wait till maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow maybe we'll have a go. I don't know, we'll wait and see. I will get some footage of their combine at some point because it is so cool. I'm not a kit guy, but it is cool. Anyway, we'll have to see what tomorrow brings. We're in Barley. That dog lives the dream, honestly. Oh, it's happening. It is happening. We're going for a nibble. It's been dry this morning. It's been sunny this morning. The clouds come over a little bit more now, but the neighbours are at it. So we thought we'd have a go, see what happens. Dad's just took the combine header up. We've got the trailers up there ready. Promising. It's supposed to rain this afternoon at like 5, 6 o'clock. It's now about lunchtime, so we can go and get a few hours, just see how it goes. We've got to obviously test it first, make sure it is fit. This could be it. This could be the start, people. Just jumping out, check the straw, make sure he's thrashing all right. Well, the boss on the job. Found a little bit there. Yeah, that's the trouble. This is the trouble you get when your barley gets too ripe. See how them ones are down there? When you go along with the header, it cuts them off and then you just lose them. This is where I want to try and get this before it gets too ripe. Yeah, that's what it should look like, just completely thrashed out, no corn left on it. That's what it looks like now. That's what it should look like, but these ones have been cut off because it's got low. That's one of the worst things about winter barley. It does that, especially because we've sprayed it off. As you can see, it's just like snapped over to pain. But it's 15.1, so it's 15%, so it is dry. Almost too dry for that maximum treating, but we'll see. Chucking a couple of grains over though means we need to have a play with it. Play with the sieves, open them up a little bit, just have a jiggle around, see if we can catch a few more grains. Well, that's buggered the job. We only ended up with about 2 hours and it's rained us off. As you can see, Mum's on the baler, keeping right up behind us so that the straw don't get wet, which is very good of her. Mum does quite a lot of the baling in the summer. She's always chasing up behind us and making a very, very nice bale mother. She doesn't rush, she takes it nice and steady, but she does a good job. Well, you know what's really annoying is it's not even properly raining, it's just kind of like a bit too much to keep going, but not proper rain. Like if you would just chuck it down, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. Right, I'm gonna take this girl back in the yard because the forecast doesn't give it great and I can't see that we're gonna be back here very quickly. And I don't want to stand out, it's only just got clean. I don't want to get too dirty again, although it didn't last long, did it? Filthy. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. I thought we'd get a couple more hours than that. It is what it is, not a lot we can do about it. Anyway, it's probably a nice place to sign off for another day. Whatever you get up to this weekend, have a good one, look after yourselves, stay dry, because it's supposed to be wet. See you in a bit. Ta-da!